What's going on, everybody? The Oliverix TV back with another video. So it's being reported that the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat have expressed interest in trading for Patrick Beverley. It says the Utah Jazz have received interest in Patrick Beverley after acquiring him from the Minnesota Timberwolves as part of the Rudy Gobert trade. The Los Angeles Lakers and Miami Heat are two of the teams with interest in Beverley. Beverley signed a one-year, $13 million extension with the T-Wolves in February. This is per Adrian Wojnarowski. So I think that Patrick Beverley would be a great acquisition for the Los Angeles Lakers. He would be, the enforcer for the Lakers, being as though, although he's quite small, I wouldn't say he's intimidating, but he would bring, he would increase the intensity for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he would, hold players accountable and tell them they need to step it up. I know that he would get in certain players' faces. He isn't intimidated by LeBron James or LeBron being a star. A lot of people was clowning Patrick Beverley and roasting him last season when the Minnesota Timberwolves were celebrating for advancing to the playoffs. And I just found it quite disturbing because the Lakers couldn't even make it to a play-in tournament last year, and there were people who were laughing at him and making jokes as if they didn't have a reason to celebrate. They were excited. This is something that they haven't been to the playoffs in a long time. So that little milestone right there is something to be proud of, in my honest opinion. I'm in the minority about a lot of things, but I don't care. I think that Patrick Beverley is a really good player. You can't deny his defensive wizardry. He's a really good defender, really good on-ball defender. And, he may be a little guy, but he got a big heart. He got a big heart. And, anybody would want Patrick Beverley on their team. He's a little bulldog, and he's going to come after you every single night. He doesn't make excuses. If I'm the Lakers, I would try to trade for Patrick Beverley if I'm unable to get Kyrie Irving. I think that he wouldn't do anything but help, especially defensively. The Lakers were horrible last year defensively. You had LeBron James, who wouldn't even come back cross court if he couldn't get his way in terms of foul calls. He wasn't getting back on defense. Anthony Davis was injured, and when he did play, he didn't really, show any effort on the defensive end. And, our defense was just horrible. We got killed in transition. Teams were a lot faster, a lot younger, athletic than our team was. We didn't have any experience. We had Carmelo, who was about like 49 years old out there without his cane or walker. And, the Lakers just looked like trash last year, man. So we need someone like a Patrick Beverley who come in. And even if the Lakers could just get to the playoffs next year, I wouldn't mind having Patrick Beverley on the team. Patrick Beverley obviously put his personal disdain for LeBron James, and I think it's always just been competitive. Patrick Beverley is really just a troll, honestly, and he's always looking to try to get inside another person's head, and he's always looking for a competitive advantage. And I think that's more so what it was about when it came to LeBron James. It's just that LeBron fans are so sensitive and they take everything personal. So, they be quick to attack Patrick Beverley, or you're not a Hall of Famer and you haven't done this, you haven't done this. But, you can't deny how great he is on a defensive end. I wouldn't mind seeing Draymond Green and Patrick Beverley on the Los Angeles Lakers, because defense wins championships, and it doesn't necessarily take all-stars. I'm a huge fan of Anthony Davis, but I would look more so to see if I could try to, win on the defensive end, because that's what comes down to winning championships. So I would try to, get some more three-point scoring and get some more shooting and some more offense. I would push more for the Lakers to trade for Patrick Beverley opposed to trade for Kyrie Irving. That's not because, because clearly Kyrie Irving is far better talent, box office, phenomenal player, right? Can score the ball, great at, creating his own shot, great ball handling skills, and would just put on the show night in, night out. But it's the other things that, that comes with Kyrie Irving. You already have to deal with the baggage from LeBron James and LeBron sexuals and the media. Then you'll have to deal with Kyrie Irving, and it's too much diva energy that would be on the Lakers. As I say, I don't think that Kyrie Irving, if he came there, like I said, they already said it's going to be a second pandemic, and I'm just laying out the facts, but they said it's going to be a second pandemic. They guaranteed that the president, Joe Biden. Then on top of that, Kyrie Irving didn't play last year, so he, refused to take the jab last year. So it'll just be too much that come with Kyrie Irving. And then if, things don't go right and by mid-season you have to trade Kyrie Irving, and he and LeBron could leave. So why would I trade for that and give up draft picks? It's just too much. It's too much risk. And then I seen somewhere where Brian Whitehorse was saying, oh, well, LeBron James doesn't care about them picks. Well, we don't care that much about LeBron James at 38 years old.